Hey guys, welcome back to Project Rebuild 2022 PlayStation Edition. So this is my second pickup video for the PlayStation 1 and I've got a really nice stack of games since the last time I posted one. So I think you're going to enjoy this. There's a good mixture of genres as well. And I've also got hardware to show you as well. So yeah, it's been a good month. I managed to pick up a few decent games. I got a really nice bundle earlier in the month, which really helped me out actually. And I'll explain more when I get to it. But before we begin the video, as always guys, if you enjoy this video, please take the time to give it a thumbs up because it really helps me to get the video promoted on YouTube. And if you want to see more content from me, just click on subscribe, ring the notification bell. YouTube will let you know when the next video is posted. So, PS1. So it's the system I'm really enjoying the most at the moment. Actually, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I've got it hooked up to the TV, which you can't see, which you would have seen in previous videos, was over there in the back. I've now moved it over that side of the room and that's where the Sony Vega is going to stay now. I tried it as an experiment and I think it looks really nice, it fits in and it allows me more storage options as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill that with bookcases, figure out where I'm going to put the 21 inch, not too sure because this room is small. But yeah, I'm going to put 3 bookcases across there eventually and then that way it frees up space because I've got at the moment my music CDs are all in boxes and all stored away, so I want to put them back out again. So I can put my music and my films over there and I can put video games over here. And eventually when I'm able to get more storage in the living room, maybe I can put films in the living room and build this up with games. So I'm trying to make the most of the small space that I have. And that really comes from a while ago. I watched Mike, the retro gamer boy. He did a brilliant video quite a while ago now when he redid his new room. And he was showing like how to make the most of the space. And it can be quite difficult when you've got a tiny room. But, you know, you just got to really think about it and not rush into it. Anyway, so first thing first, I finally got a PlayStation console. So the one I went for this time is not the one I normally pick up first, but I went for the Slim, the PS1. So, yeah, in really nice shape. Box is decent. You know, age-related wear, nothing bad. So, console's in fantastic shape, really happy with it. And the most amazing thing of all, the seller, they're new to eBay and I wish more sellers would take a leaf out of their book because the packaging, as you can see on screen, was incredible. It came, bearing in mind how small that box is, it came inside the Nespresso box on the right hand side and that Nespresso box was packaged in the left hand box and inside the Nespresso box was all the packaging that holds that Nespresso unit in place to hold this box in place. They went so above and beyond what was expected. I was really chuffed. So yeah, thank you. If you ever watch this video, this is highly unlikely, thanks, because you did a great job. I was so chuffed with that. It's been brilliant as well. I've got the PS1 connected by a retro gaming cables pack-a-punch cable, SCART RGB, to the Sony Vega. Being a Trinitron tube, it looks absolutely stunning to be honest. I've been really quite blown away by the picture quality on it. And I've been playing a few games this week. I've just started Medal of Honor Underground again. I've started 007 World Is Not Enough again, which I'm having a lot of fun with. Although that was weird because I played World Is Not Enough the other day and it's got modern, I don't want to say not traditional, but modern 2-stick control. So you can use the left stick to move around, the right stick to look around. And then I went back to 007 and you don't use the right stick at all, you just use the left stick and the buttons. And that was, for a moment, I was just like, my brain couldn't get my head around it and I kept dying. Sponsored by Lucozade. Nice. I wish it was. Right, okay, first up. So unfortunately this game when it came wasn't packaged particularly well and got damaged in the post, so I've got to buy a new case for it. But I really like this game, so I wanted to grab it. And I won it on auction. And I've been doing quite well with auctions lately. Got a good deal on this one. It's Strikers 1945-2. So as you can see, it's got a big crack there, unfortunately. Yeah, it wasn't packaged well. It had a thin bit of bubble wrap around it and some paper. So that's never going to protect a PlayStation game. The also annoying thing about, I've got to change this case because not only has it got a crack, but the person who wrapped it put the bubble wrap around it. And instead of overlapping the bubble wrap and then taping it, oh no, they just taped it to the case with packaging tape. So as you can probably see there, there's all this brown crap I can't get off. Now I've got label remover, but I'm not going to use it because I used it on another one I'm going to show you in a bit, which is not one that's staying in the collection. It's just, I'll explain more when I get to it. And for some reason, it doesn't work on these plastic cases. On these PlayStation cases, it makes a case go all misty. it looks like it got condensation, so don't use that label remover on PlayStation cases. So, lesson well learned, and I'm glad I didn't do it on an expensive game. But yeah, 1945 2, Strikers 1945 2. Really interesting, cool little vertical shooter. I finished it in 2020 for the first time, played through it. I'm not a vertical shooter guy, I'm more of a horizontal guy. I much prefer horizontal shooters, but over the years I've started to like a few more vertical ones. That's a really good game. It's not the best one out there, but it's definitely a fun game, and it's quite easy to get through. Once you've played it a few times and you adjust to how it plays, and you get better and better every time, you know, it doesn't take long, trust me. It took me a couple of days and I finished it. But it's a decent little shooter. Next one I got may seem a little random, but I've been looking into the library of PlayStation, and back then I had I had a lot of games, but there are a lot of games I missed that came out after I'd moved on to PlayStation 2. And there were games that were out at the time that I just wasn't aware of. And when you look back at the library, I've said before, there's a lot of like the 8 and 16-bit games that they either upgraded or did collections of on the PlayStation. So it's a really nice console to collect for. But also they went back to the Atari days and revamped some of those Atari games, and I really want to try them out. I've only ever played Asteroids, which I really like on PlayStation. I think it's really good, but I wanted to see what the others are like, and there's quite a few. So the first one I got is an absolute classic, you know, right back from the beginning, and this one was dirt cheap on auction, and it's Pong. So yeah, we all know what Pong is, very basic. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I've been playing other games, so I will be playing it this week hopefully. But they seem to have upgraded it. If you just look at the screenshots there, they've updated it for the PlayStation. I just thought it'd be interesting to try and see what it's like. It's not an expensive game. As I say, they've got a lot. There's Asteroids, there's Pong, there's Space Invaders, there's Centipede, which doesn't look particularly good. What else was there? There was quite a few when I looked into it. They've got a Frogger game on there, but it was like 3D, and I was like, God no. But there's a few others as well. Missile Command, which looks really, really nice on PlayStation. So that's what I love about PS1. Not only have you got all those great new 2D and 3D games from the 32-bit gen, but you've also got the Atari age games, the 8-bit, the 16-bit. I don't really know what you class Atari as. You know, for me, I started gaming in the 8-bit era, so everything before that is 70s. But but yeah, it's good that you've got a good mixture, and I think it's a great console to collect for that in that respect, because collecting 8-bit and 16-bit is very expensive these days. So it's just a really nice alternative. Next game I picked up, I only got it yesterday, so I've not had a chance to play it, but I've been wanting to play this for a while, ever since I found out about it and watched some gameplays. It's a game called Circuit Breakers. So it's a racing game, as you can see on the cover there. You probably can't see too much. It looks to be a top-down racer from what I've seen on YouTube. It looks really fun. I love top-down racing games, so I thought, well, you know, why not? I don't know what I paid for it. It wasn't a lot. Again, I won it on auction. I don't normally go for auctions. I prefer buy nows, because I just don't want to wait for the auction to get to the end and then someone sneaks in and outbids me. But I've been getting quite lucky lately. And yeah, it's come out really great. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, by the way. These might look really nice and clean. I use baby wipes to clean the cases. They work really, really well, and really buffed that up as well, the PlayStation logo. So yeah, I'll tell you more when I've played Circuit Breakers, but I love my top-down racing games, so I think that's going to be a good one. Okay, next one. So there's the bundle I got. I picked this bundle up, it's got to be about a month ago now, I think. And what happened was, there's a particular game I was trying to find for PlayStation. Comes up pretty regularly, but not in the greatest of condition, and sometimes it's missing manuals and discs. So I just put it on my save search, and one day I was sitting there and it comes up on my save search. I was, oh, brilliant. So I clicked on the save search, and it was in a bundle of 5 games. It was 5, wasn't it? Yeah, 5 games. And I thought, crap, because obviously you've got to pay a lot more. But I looked at the price, I worked out the price of the game I want and the price of all the other games, and I thought, actually, that's a pretty fair price. So I went and grabbed it, and I did want all the other games. Unfortunately, the one game, as I've said before, is the one I tested the label remover on. Bad idea. It's not in great shape, and it's Platinum Edition. That's why it's not staying in my collection, so I will replace it with the black label eventually. But the first game is Mickey's Wild Adventure, which, as far as I understand, is the PlayStation version of Mickey Mania, which is on the Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive. I don't know if there's any actual differences other than probably the same, because obviously it's got CD quality. I don't know if they added extra levels, but I mean, it looks really nice on the back. You know, I really like the Mickey Mania game on the Super Nintendo. I enjoyed that. So yeah, I'll give it a try. But I mean, I don't know if it's going to show up, but can you see that? It's all misted up there where I tried to take the label off. Yeah, wasn't very smart. So that, I can't put the label remover's called, but it's in a blue can. It's really good for cardboard. It's terrible for PlayStation. Don't use it on this plastic. So the next 4 are the games that I kept. The one in particular, obviously, is the one I was trying to get. So it's really hot today. It's like 26 degrees today, which, you know, for anyone outside the UK, is probably not that hot, but trust me, for us, it's bloody hot. Next one I got is another Atari game, Space Invaders. So I had to grab this. I love Space Invaders. I mean, this game's been done to death over the years, multiple different collections and updates, but you know, it's a classic. I mean, you really can't go wrong with a bit of Space Invaders. So I thought, yeah, why not? I'll just grab it and see how we go. So, I mean, all these games are in really nice condition as well, by the way. I did really well. I do ask sellers if they're going to package it properly and send them in boxes, and then you just have to hope they do. Next one is one of my favourite games on the system, a very nostalgic game, Ridge Racer Type 4. I mean, I've talked about it a few times over the years. I absolutely love this game. You know, the intro alone, I just love the intro when the car pulls up and the window comes down and she puts her head in the window and the music kicks in with the Ridge Racer tune. It's so good. And I played this back in 2020 during the pandemic. I did a lot of gaming during the pandemic, like I'm sure a lot of you guys did too. I really had a lot of fun with it. And at first, I was thinking to myself, I swear to God, this game had drifting, and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't drift. Then I found out afterwards that it's the racing team that you pick depends on whether you get drift or not. And when I found that out, I was back on track. And I think it's got analog, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it has, yeah. So you can do analog drifting, which is really nice. The music is absolutely incredible. It aged exceptionally well. The graphics look absolutely superb. You know, for a PlayStation game, of course. But yeah, I think Ridge Racer 4 is one of the best racing games ever made. It's aged exceptionally well. It's a ton of fun to play. And I love Ridge Racer when it's drifting Ridge Racer. The original is still a brilliant game, but it does feel a bit clunky when you go and play a Ridge Racer 4 or any of the modern Ridge Racers that have come after it. But it's still a great game though. Next one is a game that came in the bundle, which I do want to keep. However, I will be honest, the collector in me gets a bit about this because it's a packing version that came with a light gun. It's not a retail copy. So I don't know actually if there is a retail copy. I'm assuming there is because there is with Time Crisis. That's got a retail and a packing. Please let me know if anyone knows. But I'll probably just keep it because it really doesn't matter, does it? And it is point blank. So yeah, good games. You know, never been a massive fan myself. You know, not to be sold separately. Again, I've got to change the case anyway. I've tried to take the sticker off there and it's wrecked the case. And that one just will not come off at all. So I remember Point Blank back in the day in the arcade. There was a pub we used to go to in Birmingham all the time, and they had a Point Blank machine. My best mate used to always play Point Blank, and he was absolutely brilliant at it. He's one of them ninja people who just shoots everything and doesn't miss anything, whereas I was absolutely terrible at it. But yeah, I mean, it's worth having because I just love light gun games, and PlayStation is fantastic for light guns, so why not have it in the collection? And there's 2 more, so I'll get those as well. As I say, the packing part of it doesn't matter. That's just the old collector mind going, no, you need to get the retail release. It's not that important. I mean, Time Crisis, it is important to me because Time Crisis, the packing version, is one of those terrible PlayStation cases where there's that black plastic bit there. They're really, really weak, way worse than these. So I will definitely get a retail copy of Time Crisis. And it's one of my favourite games as well. Right, so the last game is the one that I actually picked the bundle up to get. And I was really chuffed when this came because it was just as nice as it looked in the photographs. It's complete, it's got everything in the box. It's fantastic shape, really happy. Okay. So, the whole reason for buying this bundle was to pick up Capcom Generations. Lovely pound double case, which I absolutely love. They're so cool. The double cases are brilliant. And they're really easy to replace normally if they get damaged. So that's always nice. Also, the thing I loved about this when I saw it, and I know it doesn't really matter, but to me it did, that's the HMV 34.99 sticker. The HMV stickers are just so nostalgic. I used to get a HMV, let me get it the right way around, it's the Pavilion, yeah, not the Palisades, the Pavilions in Birmingham. I used to go to that HMV all the time growing up, you know, buying absolutely tons of music CDs, and seeing these stickers just takes me right back to HMV. This is a fantastic collection, by the way. I picked this up primarily. This, by the way, has got all 4 discs and both manuals, and it's all mint. There's nothing wrong with it. It's even the case looks really clean. It's barely scratched. Really happy with it. Yeah, the reason I picked it up was mainly for the 4th disc, which is Mercs, Commando, and Gunsmoke. 3 games that I love. I love running gun shooters anyway. I've completed Mercs a few times already since it came. I absolutely love playing it. It's so good. And it looks stunning on the CRT. But also you get a Ghouls and Ghosts disc. You get a 1940 disc where you get 1942, 1943, and 1943 Kai, which are all great. I love playing those. I'm terrible at Ghouls and Ghosts, Ghosts and Goblins. I haven't tried them yet. I will do. But I know I just can't get anywhere. I'm absolutely crap at those games. And then the 3rd disc, yeah, I think it's the 2nd or 3rd. I'm never too sure which way. I think it's called First Generation, which is basically like your Atari arcade era. And so you've got all these early games that I've never played. And one of them is called Vulgus, which is a vertical shooter. It's not the greatest vertical shooter in the world, but it looks really nice and it plays really well. It's not that difficult either. You can just jump in, and I didn't feel like I was really being challenged that much, but I still got a lot of fun out of it. The music's terrible, and thank God for the sound effects overpowering the music, because the music is god awful. But the game itself is actually pretty good. I was really surprised. So yeah, I'm really chuffed. I'm absolutely blown away by the condition of that. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. I'll see if I could show you without dropping the bloody manuals everywhere. So there you go. So you got the 1st disc there. Let's see, the manual is absolutely pristine flat. And the 2nd disc, is it behind there? Yeah, 2nd disc is behind the manual. So then I'll take the manuals out because I'm going to drop them or something. Then in the back, you got another manual with disc 4, and the points are really hard to grab, and then disc 3. So disc 3 is disc 3 is the 1st generation. Disc 4 is Blazing Guns, which is the Mercs, Commando, and Gunsmoke. So this is the best copy I've seen of this come up so far. And I'm obviously not going to tell you what I spent on this bundle, but trust me, this was a good price. It worked out about going rate, so I wasn't overpaying or underpaying. And in this condition, with the HMV sticker, I mean, I'm telling you, the case, I don't know if you catch the light, but the case is excellent. I'll give it a buff with the baby wipes, but it's yeah, superb. So there you go, that's the latest update to my PlayStation collection. As it grows, of course, more videos will come, and I'll do more pickups and show you what games I've got. And I'm really enjoying the system. Using the Slim is really cool, although the lid, why did they make the lid so bad on those consoles? I've never had a Slim where the lid actually works properly. You have to really apply pressure to it. Very strange. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope it was interesting. Let me know your thoughts down below of all those games. And if you've got any suggestions for PS1 games, let me know, because I've got a lot on my list. I'm up to about 130 something on my list. And there's a lot of games. I think there's just shy of 1,700 total PAL. So I'm always going to miss games, and I'm always finding new games all the time. So it's great to have some suggestions, as long as they're not RPGs or RTS, because I don't play those at all. So as I said before, if you do like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me to promote my video and get me noticed. And thank you for watching, guys. And I'll look forward to reading your comments, and I'll see you in the next video.